Welcome to Mirror Domain's movie news for April 29th, 2021. Guys, you know how this channel works. This is a movie news digest of sorts. Just a quick 10-12 minute video of all the movie news headlines for today, where I will put time codes in the description and on that bar on YouTube where you can navigate the titles. We'll be talking about some horror movie news. Meg 2. The Meg 2 is underway with Jason Statham. What has Neill Blomkamp been up to? He's been working on a secret horror film. We got some first images, some news about Falcon and Winter Soldier, a little bit of a spicy headline we'll take a look at. And J-Lo has been underway with a new film that's coming out next year called Shotgun Wedding. And that's where we'll begin today. Pulling up on, coming soon here on the side, Shotgun Wedding photos. First look at Jennifer Lopez and Josh Duhamel. Now, this movie, Shotgun Wedding, was originally supposed to have Armie Hammer in it. And then there was that whole fiasco of him having this insatiable taste for human flesh. Well, yeah. That didn't go so well. So they replaced him with Josh Duhamel. And, Jennifer Lopez is no stranger to the romantic comedy game. But big news, Shotgun Wedding hits theaters June 29th, 2022. We cannot wait for you to see this movie. And there's just a couple of shots of them together. Now, I don't know too much about what this movie's about other than two people probably being forced to get married to each other. I'll put up the bigger photos here on the side. It looks like it's okay. Yeah. What do you think? It's not much, guys. It's really not much. It's not going to be out till next year. I just wanted to look at some of those photos because I do like J-Lo. And, yeah. Okay. It's going to be a rom-com about a wedding that goes terribly bad. Moving on. Variety has a article about Falcon and Winter Soldier, and I read it and I was like, okay, I gotta share this. No, Bucky wasn't revealing he's bi in that Falcon and Winter Soldier scene, says director. Now apparently Bucky was on his phone and looking at dating apps or something like that. And you know how the fans are about these MCU properties. They gotta just start speculating. Oh, what does that mean? Well, because they do hide Easter eggs in there and stuff. So I was reading this and I was like, come on, guys. That's a bit of a stretch. He's in a sushi bar. Bucky laments the weird pictures he keeps seeing on online dating sites. I mean, tiger photos, he says. Half the time I don't even know what I'm looking at. It's a lot. And of course, if you've seen it, I haven't seen it yet, but I thought that if you are curious about this article, go see it on Variety. It's a bit of a fun little read. I mean, come on, guys, don't take it too seriously. It's not meant to be taken seriously. Neill Blomkamp, do you know who he is? He did District 9, Elysium, chappie. He's been working on a couple of projects. He was going to try to reboot the Alien franchise where Ripley would wake up after Aliens and still have Newt and Bishop would be there, but that project got scrapped. I hear that it's going to be maybe a book. I don't know. But anyway, he's been working on a secret project called Demonic, and we got some first look photos from Entertainment Weekly, I guess, broke this. I had to do some investigating because I do like horror and I do like Neill Blomkamp's work. For the most part, Chappie was a little He's got some very questionable casting choices that sometimes pay off and then sometimes don't. But what's this Demonic all about? It will tell the story of a young woman who unleashes terrifying demons when supernatural forces at the root of a decades-old rift between mother and daughter are revealed. Okay, well, that's a very interesting premise, but is there anything more that we can learn from this? Ooh, it looks like she's torturing somebody here. Scoring his skin with some demonic imagery there. Ooh. The first look looks pretty menacing, okay? What's the mother hooked up to? Some kind of weird device there. Entertainment Weekly's got this, okay? So when I was reading this, guys, basically what he was trying to do is just, he was very inspired by lower budget films. And on the Collider's page, they do have some behind the scenes photos. But I looked at the video and it's all black and white stuff. It's very, very behind the scenes. But what caught my eye about the article is that he mostly shot it on Super 8mm, which is focused on equipment during the shootings. He wanted to have this really dialed back version of a horror movie that was inspired by things like Paranormal Activity. And Neill Blomkamp is a visionary. He will try to, I think, have some kind of special effects in there. Let's just take a look at what IMDb has up. August 20th, 2021. So it's really not that far away. And if it's low budget, yeah, that can happen. But who's in this movie? Who is in this? Is there anybody of note? Carly Pope, Natalie Bolt, and Chris William Martin, who's playing a character named Martin. The cast looks pretty small, and that's okay. You know what? That's what I like about some of the lower budget horror movies, where it's just a small situation, small cast. You get to develop some of the characters. Demonic! Neill Blomkamp, does that pique your interest? Let's check it out when it comes out. When the trailer comes out, I'll do a reaction. Continuing on with the horror theme. The Meg is finally getting off the ground as Jason Statham shares filming update. I've got a couple quotes we'll take a look at. What did you think about The Meg, guys? I finally saw it on Netflix, and I gotta tell you this. It's not that good. It wasn't a good film. I was hoping it would be just kind of like that fun romp of a movie. It wasn't even much of a romp. You know, I was kind of hoping for notes of Deep Blue Sea. You know how that was campy, it was still fun, it was obviously still fake, but I mean, come on. Something about The Meg, though, it just didn't, it was too cartoonish. The shark was just over the top. It didn't feel like it was really there, like it was all the time, it was just CG. I didn't get the menace of it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it had to do with something with the fact that he was punching it, and I mean, come on. Anyway, Statham took to his Twitter, I guess, and he got this quote. We're going to start shooting in January if I get my dates right, Ben Wheatley. So that's a little bit behind us. Ben Wheatley is the director. I'm very excited to work with him. I'm thrilled to get going. It's been a while. Did Ben Wheatley direct the first one? I don't remember. I thought he did, but I guess not. We've been waiting around for the right scripts to come in. The right scripts? Come on! And the right director to turn up, and we've got all these things, and we're all stacked up now. The right script. I mean, come on. It's a big shark that's going to swallow a whole bunch of people. The right script. The first movie was directed by John Turtletop. Okay, so there you go. Who is known for National Treasure? Ben Wheatley. It's an interesting choice. He did a bunch of lower budget stuff that's a little bit more artistic. Kill List, High Rise. Yeah, on Netflix. Rebecca wasn't all that good. Yeah, Wheatley's great. We have a great shorthand already, so they share notes. We've got similar taste. I like his movies. I think he's a brilliant director. I think we've got a good shot at making something good. Okay then, what do you think will make Meg 2 good? It made $530 million against a $130 million budget. Yeah, I think that warrants a sequel. I just hope they make the shark. Make it menacing, guys. Don't make it that cartoonish thing that just jumps out of the water. And yeah, I hope they can capture the camp of a Deep Blue Sea. I would even say that Deep Blue Sea 2, which is extremely low budget, is better than The Meg, because it still had that campiness to it that's fun. I never saw Deep Blue Sea 3, but someday maybe. And let's just wrap up the day by taking a look at the Reddit page. If anything jumps out at us. Any quick little assorted headlines. Neill Blomkamp teases the new horror. That's up there, and we talked about that already. Oh, there's a new Luca poster from Pixar, and that's trending pretty high. As I said before when I was doing the Peter Rabbit story earlier this week, I was like, these kids' movies, they're designed for kids. They're not designed for adults. And I know that they're supposed to have adult themes in there so parents don't get bored. But for me, I just, I watch it when I have to, and I'll share my thoughts when I have to. But for the most part, it's not my bag. Notice another detail in The Prestige that I never caught before. The Prestige. The blind stagehand was a clone. Interesting. If you read this, it was saying that the bad guy, well, actually they're both bad guys. Christian Bale's character is just as evil as Hugh Jackman's character in that movie. And The Prestige by Christopher Nolan is one of my favorites. I have it on Blu-ray, and I watch it almost on a yearly basis just because of the execution of that story. Even though it's a miserable story, it's a yeah. I didn't notice they were all clones. I'll have to take a look at that. Jason Statham says Meg 2. There's a story about that. The Blob and its transformation into a violent highlight reel. Anything that jumps out at us. Oh, there is a trailer up there for Luca if people want to check that out. And I think this is the way that this day is going to wrap up, guys. Nothing really jumps out at us here. Nothing other than the Luca stuff. Is Bram Stoker's Dracula worth watching? Most definitely. You're talking about Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula with Gary Oldman. Yes, this person says, not to mention Dracula himself looks rather odd. But I haven't seen a bad performance from Gary Oldman yet. So that does not worry me. And he doesn't. He puts in a spectacular performance. Keanu, he does mention Keanu there. Yeah, his accent is atrocious, but everybody else in that cast is stellar. And even though Keanu is not doing a great job with the accent, he has good chemistry. The cast has good chemistry. And the movie just flows so smoothly. I've watched it recently, and I do believe it's one of Francis Ford Coppola's better movies. Obviously not as good as Godfather, but I would totally say, yeah, check out Dracula if you haven't seen it already. And that just kind of keeps with our theme of horror today, as I want to wrap up with that. That's the way that it's been in the realm of movie news. If there are any big headlines out there that they want me to check out, let me know in the comments below what jumped out at you with some of today's headlines, and let's continue on.